Kumar tries to make 8, 13, 10 and 16 as proportion. What constant should he add to each of the terms in order to make them proportional? Now we know from the concepts of proportion that when we got 4 terms, let's assume A, B, C and D. These 4 terms are said to be in proportion when A is to B ratio is the same as C is to D, right? And in the question it's been clearly given that we need to add a particular constant which each of the terms in order to make them proportional, right? So let's assume that the constant which is going to be added with the 4 terms is A, alright? Now let's try adding this constant with all the 4 parts. So the first term can be assumed as 8 plus A, the second term can be assumed as 13 plus A, the third term 10 plus A and the fourth term 16 plus A. Now we know that these 4 terms can be said to be proportional, right? Which means the ratio between this and this are going to be equivalent, right? Now let's substitute these 4 terms in the expression. So let's see what happens. 8 plus A is to 13 plus A is equivalent to 10 plus A is to 16 plus A, right? Now we can rewrite the same as fractions. So 8 plus A divided by 13 plus A is equivalent to 10 plus A divided by 16 plus A. Now let's try cross multiplying and solve them. So what's going to happen? 8 plus A times 16 plus A is equivalent to 10 plus A times 13 plus A, right? Now expand it just using the normal expansion method. So 8 16s are, that's going to give us 128 plus 8A plus 16A plus A square, and that is equivalent to 130 plus 10A plus 13A plus A square, right? Now we can cut off the A square on both sides. So we'll be ending up with 128 plus 24A is equivalent to 130 plus 23A. Now simplifying this, we can shift this to the opposite side, we can shift this to the opposite side. We'll be getting 1A is equivalent to 2. Which means we need to add 2 with all the 4 terms in order to make them proportional. That's it. Now let's solve the same question just like that in a couple of seconds by using the basic concepts of proportions. So from the concept of proportions, we know that when 2 ratios are equivalent to each other, they are supposed to be called as proportions, right? In order to understand this trick, you should definitely view the basic concept video of proportions. I've given the link in the descriptions, so do view that. Alright. Now, let's assume the 4 given terms as A, B, C and D. So A is 8, B is 13, C is 10 and D is 16. Even though they are not proportional so far, we'll just assume this. Alright. Now let's get into the trick directly. So first of all, find out the product of the 2 extreme terms, which is 8 multiplied by 16, which is going to give us 128. Similarly, find out the product of the 2 mean terms, which is 13 times 10, 130. Alright. Now find the difference between the 2 products, which is going to give us 2. Now this will act as the numerator. Now in order to find the denominator part, just find the sum of the 2 extreme terms, which is 8 plus 16, 24. Similarly, find the sum of the 2 mean terms, which is 13 plus 10, 23. Now again find the difference between the 2 sums, which is going to give us 1, and this will act as the denominator. Now from this trick we can clearly see that we are getting the answer as just 2, which means we'll have to add 2 with all the 4 parts of these terms in order to make them proportional. Alright. We can also rewrite this in terms of a formulae in order to understand it, and the formulae can be given as the difference between AD and BC divided by the difference between the sum of AD and the sum of BC. So basically we should understand here that we are trying to find out the product of the extreme terms and product of the mean terms. Similarly, we are trying to find the sum of the extreme terms and the sum of the mean terms. That's it.